a collective approach towards the aim surely leads to success. So you might have been hearing that from regular to alternative therapies, the society is working towards the COVID-free tomorrow, and definitely the dedicated service never goes in vain. So here I will say that the future belongs to those who believe in beauty of compassion. Like in question number 1, what you see that name some common metals, means you have to name some common metals. So common metals will be those metals which are used in our day-to-day life frequently in different areas. So common metals will be better to give the example of those metals which are heavily used. So copper, aluminium, iron, silver, gold are not bad idea to give the answer of this question. Name some common non-metals. Some common non-metals will be these non-metals which are given here as an answer. Your carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, iodine is good. Then give some examples of metalloids. I have told you earlier also that the metalloids are little diverse elements which show properties of both metals and non-metals, and that's why they confuse us also sometimes. So metalloidal properties are shown in these elements which I am going to do, because from here I am not giving you the answers. Answers will be discussed but not will be provided. So it is your boron, which is your metalloid, germanium, which is your metalloid, silicon, very common metalloid, gallium, metalloid. So these are the elements which I have told you: boron, silicon, germanium, gallium, etc. metalloidal character. Then question number 4, name the property due to which the metals produce ringing sound. It is nothing but the property of sonority or being sonorous. Metals only are the sonorous. When they are hit or when they are beaten, they produce a ringing sound, and that is why they are used in making the musical instruments, and also sometimes in making ring bells, etc. Now name 2 metals which are soft, as soft that we can cut it from a knife. So these metals will be what? Sodium and potassium, because they are being a metal, they do not have hardness, they are soft. Then name the property due to which metals can be beaten into thin sheets. It is nothing but the malleability. Anybody can answer. Malleable, metals are malleable. They are, since they are elastic, they are malleable. Which non-metal does conduct heat and electricity? So here I am not saying that metal, I am saying that non-metal, because in metal it will be a common property, but in non-metal you will try to recall that non-metal which has allotropes. So it is carbon, but you will not write the name of its allotropes like your diamond and graphite. Diamond conducts heat and graphite conducts electricity, but here you will only name the element, because the diamond and graphites are the names of their allotropes, but the element is just carbon, so you will write carbon, nothing else. Name the metals and non-metals which occur in liquid state. So just one metal is found in the liquid state, and that is your mercury, and just one non-metal is also found in liquid state, and that is nothing but bromine. Now try to see what has been given here, that generally non-metals are non-lustrous, but you have to name one such non-metal which has luster. So boys, this information I am giving you now, and you will remember it always, that iodine is a non-metal which has got a natural shine in it. And if we discuss more, then an allotrope of carbon, which is your diamond, is the most shinier substance we ever have, because the maximum luster is found in the diamond. But I will say that you will answer, since the just non-metal has been asked, diamond falls in the category of being an allotrope of carbon. Better will be and safer will be. If you are getting more than one right choices, I will say, like iodine is also given and diamond is also given, go for both. But if you are finding just iodine and another a carbon, then go for carbon, don't choose, go for iodine, don't choose carbon, because the carbon in its normal form is not lustrous. Now state the property of non-metals due to which Phosphorus is kept in water. Yes, boys, phosphorus also exists in three forms. These are the allotropes of phosphorus. Allotropes are what? Which have same physical, they are the same element, but they differ in their physical properties and they are identical in their chemical properties. Physical properties are what? State, density, then your appearance, conductivity, etc. You know very well about it. So they will differ. In case of phosphorus, there are three forms, and which are your white phosphorus, red phosphorus, and yellow phosphorus. Among these three, white phosphorus is such type of element which has allotrope, I mean to say, which is highly combustible, highly reactive. So when it is kept in an open air, then it will catch up fire itself, it will combine with the oxygen, it will burn. But if just to avoid such accidents, what we do, that white phosphorus is always stored in water, because in water it does not attain its ignition temperature, which is the temperature of burning, and it doesn't burn. So just to provide a coolant here will be enough. Now, why some metals displace other metals from their solution? This is nothing all about nothing but just about the displacement reaction, where a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal in its salt solution. It is only about the reactivity series that you know. Those which are above in the reactivity series, which they will displace the. Now we will discuss question number 12. The question asks that which metal is used for wrapping the food item. It is nothing but aluminium. And why aluminium is used in wrapping the food item? There are two answers, and both answers will be given here. One is that its higher malleability. It can be stressed in the very fine. It can be developed into very fine foil-like structure, which is a paper-like structure. Secondly, it is a kind of metal which is being a reactive metal, also does not react with the food, because it forms an layer of oxide over it, and that oxide layer is the protective layer over the aluminium, and that does not let the aluminium to combine with the food and to spoil it. So both of the points will be equally important here. Now, which metal is more reactive, iron or zinc? Since the zinc is placed above iron, it will be more reactive. In the reactivity series, you will see that the zinc is placed above iron. Which metal is less reactive, copper or zinc? Naturally, copper will be less reactive, because the copper is placed below hydrogen in the reactivity series, and it keeps the property of the noble metals, which are less reactive metals, and zinc is moderately reactive metal, so it is more reactive. Now, question 15, what is given here? Which one metal does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid? And actually, with the dilute hydrochloric acid, noble metals will not react. So you can answer that. You can give the answer of copper also. There are many more also, like silver, gold, etc. But the one metal it has been asked, just give copper, nothing else. Whose oxides are basic in nature, metal or non-metal? It is the metallic oxides which are basic in nature, boys. Whose oxides are acidic in nature, metal or non-metal? It is the non-metallic oxides which are acidic in nature. Name two metals which do not react with oxygen even at higher temperature. So I am giving you answer. So guys, to give the answer of this question, you try to understand that why it has been asked at a higher temperature. This is about the non-reactivity of the metal, inertness of the metal. Inertness means non-reactivity. So the noble metals are also called inert transition metals, and here we can say that why not we choose those two non-metals which are totally or very closely to inertness, and that is your silver and gold. So you will definitely choose those options where you will find either silver or gold. If both of them are present, then choose both. Then classify the following into metals and non-metals. So you will do it yourself. Copper, iron, graphite, sulfur, aluminium, oxygen has been given. What will be metallic or what will be metal? Copper will be metal, iron will be metal, then your aluminium will be metal, and then graphite, which is just nothing but just carbon, an allotrope, will be a non-metal. Sulfur will be a non-metal, as well as oxygen will be definitely a non-metal. Now here I am giving you a good idea. Good idea, why? Because this will come in use in future also, always. How many elements are gaseous in nature? There are around 10-12 elements which are gaseous in nature. I am telling you, and they are all non-metals, because the metals are only solid in state except liquid metal, which is your mercury, and after mercury it is all solid. Whereas we find all the three states available in the case of non-metal. Non-metals are gaseous, liquid, as well as solid also, but the liquid has just one. Liquid non-metal is only one, which is your bromine, where the solid non-metal is carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. And gaseous non-metal. Suppose gaseous nonmetals are these: hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, neon, argon, chlorine, krypton, xenon, radon. So that you will keep it in the mind, and in my next class I will bring some more questions from the chapter which is your plastics and fiber. This time we have discussed some possible questions which may can come in the online exam, because the online is the coming format. That is why I have not ignored it. So keeping that in mind, I have given you practice today, and you keep doing practice yourself also.